style and bearing associated with a military ceremonial color guard. Their purpose is to present a contingent to bear honors at ceremonies or funerals. Please recognize our flag as it passes by. Flint Hills Veterans Coalition presenting your parade today. And next is Boy Scout Troop number 74, carrying the banner for the Flint Hills Veteran Coalition. The troop is the oldest continually active troop in Manhattan, serving since 1920. They currently have about 21 members and are chartered by the First Presbyterian Church of Manhattan. Boy Scout Troop 74. And on the way, I'll announce ahead of time because they're playing the Manhattan High School Big Blue Marching Band, representing Manhattan High School and the Manhattan community in the parade this year. The Big Blue Marching Band has traveled nationally since 1999 and has enjoyed participating in multiple parades and workshops in the Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando. They've participated in nationally televised Thanksgiving Day parades and a number of other locations. Let's listen to the Manhattan High School Big Blue Marching Band on the way here. Grand Marshal, retired Chief Warrant Officer Hector Vasquez, next in line here, is devoted more than 4 decades to serving the Kansas Army National Guard, and during his military service, Vasquez held 9 military assignments. Grand Marshal, Chief Warrant Officer Hector Vasquez. Next is 66th District Representative Sidney Carlin. Has elected in 2002 and served as mayor of Manhattan 1996 to 97. She's a member of the Veterans and the Military Service Committee. Thank you for your service to Manhattan and Raleigh County. 66th District Representative Sidney Carlin. And we have the Junction City High School ROTC group, the Blue Jay Battalion. On the way, the American Legion Riders are all members of the American Legion, the Sons of the American Legion, or the American Legion Auxiliary. The Riders focus much of their time and efforts in providing assistance to children and youth in our community and to the veterans who reside in and are included in active duty as well. Pulling over to this over here is old engine number 1. Over by the stoplight. They've been around for a long time. In the spirit of service, not self, the mission of the American Legion Auxiliary is to support the American Legion and to honor the sacrifice of those who serve by enhancing the lives of our veterans, military, and their families home and abroad.
These are the songs.
Okay. Sons of American Legion Manhattan Squadron 17 and Randy Porter, commander of both Squadron 17 and 11th District of Kansas, are riding a motorcycle following the Jeep for the Sons of the American Legion with 11th District and Post 17 Adjutant Jace Phillips. We also have the Lee Pearson Post 1786, veterans of foreign wars, proudly serving the Manhattan area since 1931. At the VFW, they foster patriotism and cultivate strong bonds among veterans while passionately advocating for their rights and benefits. Lee Pearson Post 1786, the veterans of foreign wars. Okay, all right. Next, we have American Legion Memorial Post 40 and his auxiliary. They're located in Leonardville, a short drive north on US 24. They raise funds for Fort Riley families, Thanksgiving meals, Christmas gifts for children, and assist veterans who are seeking benefits, as a few other programs to support the community. American Legion Memorial Post 40. Ascension Living Via Christi Village is a Manhattan retirement community who prides itself in the offering great care to the veterans of Manhattan and the surrounding areas. Independent living, assisted living, and skilled nursing allows Via Christi Village to touch many lives in a safe and friendly environment. They have over 40 veterans residing on their campus, employs over 10 veterans in their organization. Via Christi Village, Manhattan. We have the Wamego High School Honor Flight, honoring veterans by taking them to Washington, D.C. to see the memorials there. High School National Honor Society members serve as student guardians for the esteemed veterans during their trip. We have the disabled veterans who cannot walk in the parade as well on the way. Disabled veterans cannot walk in the parade here in our group. Honoring also the Daughters of the American Revolution here, a truck pulling them. Okay.
That's the same one. Oh, that one?
Okay, Polly Ogden chapter, disabled American. All right, well, anyway, whoever wrote the script. Polly Ogden chapter. All right. Disabled American veterans. Free speech, thank a veteran. Free worship, thank a vet. Free to assemble, thank a vet. Free press, thank a vet. And redress grievances, thank a vet. Disabled American veterans. I only read the teleprompter, sorry. More of the disabled American veterans here. Northview Elementary coming your way here. They have 5th grade students from Northview who are in their Super Leaders student group. Northview Elementary. Catch some of their homemade signs there as they pass by. The Northview Elementary students, 5th grade students from Northview. And then we have Marletta Elementary on the way too here. Marlette, 3rd grade, and the teachers like to recognize all of our veterans here today. They're proud of you and grateful for your service to our country. Okay, we have a high-wheel cycle on the way. Original antique bikes made in the 1880s, also known as penny farthing. And they're being driven today by Keith Stewart and Jerry Callan. They are members of a national nonprofit organization called the Wheelmen, dedicated to keeping alive the heritage of American cycling. Bluemont Elementary students on the way. I'd like to salute our veterans and active service members. Bluemont Elementary. Bluemont Elementary. Woodrow Wilson also in the lineup there, I believe. Woodrow Wilson's 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, celebrating veterans. Next is Flint Hills Christian School. They offer a pre-K through 12th grade Christian education, focusing on biblical immersion, discipleship, and bringing glory to God in all things. Representing Flint Hills today is the 3rd through the 6th grade, carrying the Flint Hills Christian School banner, the High School Student Council. Flint Hills Christian School. They're followed by Amanda Arnold. They're 4th grade students, Mrs. Feathers, also Mrs. Peters and Mrs. Newfeld's class, marching with pride and spirit, joined by members of the school's leadership and student council, better known as the Amanda Pandas. Amanda Arnold. Followed by Flint Hills Christian School again. And the Manhattan Catholic Schools. which started as Sacred Heart Academy in 1908. Later, Seven Dollars Grade School and Monsignor Lucky High School replaced Sacred Heart Academy. They exist as Manhattan Catholic schools, with the grade school and Lucky Junior High School being supported by Seven Dollars Catholic Church, St. Thomas More Catholic Church, and St. Isidore's Catholic Church. The Manhattan Catholic Schools. Manhattan Catholic Schools. On the way is Trail Life USA Troop Kansas 57, a Christian outdoor adventure and character development program for boys chartered by St. Luke's Lutheran Church. As part of the National Trail Life USA organization, the troop engages boys in a mentoring and discipleship journey built on biblical values and outdoor activities. Trail Life USA. Next to the Rock Creek Mustangs High School Band from St. George area performs the football games, basketball games, music festivals, and 4 concerts throughout the year. The band made up of 51 Rock Creek students under the direction of Daniel Smith and assisted by Janie Brokenecki. We'll give a listen here to the band, the Rock Creek High School Marching Band. Next is Lee Elementary School. Longhorns from Lee Elementary. Wish you a happy Veterans Day. We have the Ogden Elementary School on the way next. They're followed by Susan B. Anthony Middle School, the student council there, and 8th grade students in the military families, Susan B. Anthony Middle School. Next we have the Riley County High School. Riley County High School Marching Band. Riley County Marching Band there, followed by the 3rd graders of the Riley County School District. Wish to thank all veterans serving in our county. Riley County students come from Linderville, Riley, Keatson, Manhattan. Showing their patriotism in the parade today, the Riley County Grade School 3rd graders, followed by Frank Bergman Elementary of Manhattan, home of 348 Bergman Dolphins, under the fantastic leadership of the principal, Darren Stels, proudly serving 19 Fort Riley military families. Thank you to all veterans, servicemen and women from Frank Bergman Elementary students. Next is Manhattan Fire Department Rescue 2, a 2012 Peterbilt truck pulling a 2011 Hackney trailer. It's a regional and state asset that carries equipment for search and rescue, and they're housed at Firehouse Number 5, Manhattan Fire Department Rescue 2. Next, we have the Manhattan Fire Department Brush 2 Fire Department. 2025 F550 Type 6 Wildland brush truck housed at Firehouse number 4. Also in the mix is Riley County Fire District number 1. It's hard to compete with sirens, you know. So Riley County Fire District number 1, Riley County EMS. The Kansas Forest Service Wildland Fire Engine also represented today, thanking veterans. Kansas Forest Service Wildland Fire Engine. The Blue Township Fire Department is also here, established in 1967, formerly known as Potawatomi County Fire District number 5, staffed entirely of 20 to 25 volunteer firefighters, EMTs, and civilians. Blue Township Fire Department. Followed by the Manhattan Lions Club, founded in 1977. The organization, Lions International, is the world's largest service club organization. Their motto is "We Serve." Manhattan has 2 clubs. The evening group has been serving for 87 years. The Sunflower Morning Group, 58 years here in our community. The Manhattan Lions Club represented here. Liberty Intelligence, our nation's safety. Next, representing the 1.2 million members of the Rotary International, 200 countries, our past district governor, Deborah Schwab, and Manhattan Kansa past president, Patrick Schwab. Rotary's motto is service above self. It focuses on education, preventing disease, protecting the environment, clean water, and peace around the world. Rotary International. Now we have a 1968 Jeep Kaiser M715 owned by Mike and Catherine Apley of Olsburg. The trucks were produced from 1967 to 1969, the first example of using a modified version of a civilian truck for military use. We also have a World War II Jeep, a 1942 model here following. And the Heartland Corvette Club. Proud to have Major Eric Deeds leading the Corvettes this morning. The club is 35 families strong and would love to have more Corvette owners in the crowd to join them. Corvette, America's sports car, and the Heartland Corvette Club. Lots of Corvettes, and they have room for more if you'd like to join in. Of course, with a Corvette. It's going to be a while. I see that. veterans. All right, the Heartland Corvette Club. Got to hand it to these people. Next is the Kansas Office on Veteran Services, KOVS, dedicated to assisting veterans and their families throughout Kansas by helping them navigate and apply for a range of benefits and support services. The Kansas Office of Veteran Services. And next in line, the Manhattan Broadcasting Companies. They're broadcasting on KMAN's Facebook page, our parade announcement today. Manhattan Broadcasting, always there and always local. They've been around since 1950. KMAN 101.5, K-Rock, B104.7, Z96.3, and Sunny 102.5, saluting all veterans, current service members, and their families for their brave service to our country and the community. Manhattan Broadcasting radio stations. Next, we have the Manhattan Area Technical College, proud to honor the men and women who've served our country. Knowing the value of hard work, grit, and service, it's what builds strong communities and stronger futures. Every day, the students are learning real skills to keep Kansas running through 10 programs and 3 short-lived allied health courses, including welding, construction, nursing, HVAC, medical lab technology, and more. The folks from Manhattan Area Technical College. And for Kansas, next candidate for the U.S. Senate. We have Texas Roadhouse on the way, a long-standing tradition of honoring veterans with special promotions, most notably offering a free meal or meal voucher on Veterans Day. The folks at Texas Roadhouse. And the Hot Wheels Legends Tour Truck, Paul Woodward and retired Colonel Bill Patton, and a 1984 blown Pro Stock Dually Silverado built by Paul Woodward. Next we have Coleman Huey, a U.S. Marine Corps veteran driving the Midwest Concrete Materials vehicle. Since 1927, they've stood strong through 4 generations. Midwest Concrete Materials established itself as the regional leader in ready-mix concrete, aggregates, construction materials, and trucking and excavation services. Next is Howie's Recycling. Say hello to Howie's and a very patriotic pickup truck there. picking up your refuse. Howie's. Home of the Flint Hills on the way next. They offer a warm, secure, and inspiring home for seniors where independence is honored and your choices are first. Experience beautiful private residences filled with luxurious amenities and a dedicated team of compassionate caregivers. Home of the Flint Hills, followed by the Fort Riley Jeep Club. Fort Riley Jeep Club, a nonprofit group for people in the area that drive all types of Jeeps and an occasional truck, which might identify as a Jeep. They also use it as a forum for questions and discussions or events and open to everyone regardless of skill level. Fort Riley Jeep Club. Next is the Fragrant Blend Candle Bar, a veteran and locally owned business that crafts candles and more. Their exclusive line of products are hand-poured in-house. The Fragrant Blend Candle Bar. Purple Wave is next, the heart of the Midwest to hardworking folks across America. Purple Wave Auction stands for community service and strength. This Veterans Day, they like to proudly honor and thank the brave men and women who have served our great country, hosting Sergeant Hero from the Association of the United States Army, founded in Manhattan. Purple Wave, your solution to buying or selling equipment. We have Iron Gate Collective as well here in the parade, a company for a group of businesses that are focused in the real estate industry, including Cobalt Real Estate Management, Copper Hill Cleaning, Titanium Painting and Construction, and Gray Lane Homes. Iron Gate Collective provides a one-step shop for local real estate needs. The Art Card Club with assorted vehicles here, including a 1941 Ford Victoria, Larry Freeby, a 2006 Ford Mustang GT, Dave Adams, 1956 Ford GT Victoria, Don and Rona Robertson, a 1966 Dodge Charger. Its first year for the parade. It's Harlan and Jolene Graham. All those are the Art Car Club. And then we have Ken Johnson, a World War II and Korean War vet. Tennessee Johnson. All right, we thank you all for being here for the parade today. There are more festivities inside the auditorium. That should get underway about 11:15 or so, I believe. 11? Okay, 11 o'clock. Thank you for that correction. 11 o'clock inside the auditorium for further activities to honor our veterans on this very special day. Thank you all for coming out. I'm Jerry Q from Angel 95 FM.
Good morning, everyone. You know, we're going to have some singing later, and I'm just jumping way ahead of the schedule because I got to say something about those little people over there. They're going to be singing to us later. Yeah, wave at you. Yeah, good job. There are 89 third graders sitting on the floor over there from Marlette. 89. Isn't that incredible? I was here earlier and heard them rehearse and stuff, and they were rehearsing up here on stage, and they weren't supposed to be there. They were supposed to be over here. So I'm like, wow, how are we going to get 89 kids up on that stage and off the stage? And it's like, the teacher was like, we'll go wherever you want us. Oh, thank you. So, in any event, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Veterans Day ceremony. Today, we gather to honor the men and women who served and continue to serve our nation with courage, dedication, and sacrifice. We're grateful for everyone joining us today, veterans, families, community members, and distinguished guests, each playing an important part in this day of remembrance and gratitude. At this time, I'm going to ask you to please stand for the posting of the colors, and we will also be doing the playing to the colors and the national anthem and the invocation, so remain standing, please. Honor Guard, post the colors. That is our honor guard from American Legion Post 17, which is comprised of members of that post, and VFW Post 1786. Now we will have the singing of the national anthem. Allison.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, give say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Scott Freeby with the bugle, Allison, of course, with that rendition. And now I would ask Chaplain Ford if he would come forth to do the invocation.
I invite you to join me as I pray. Almighty God, we come together today acknowledging that the ability to pursue life, liberty, and happiness does not come without cost or sacrifice. A few pay the price for many. Therefore, we come together on this occasion expressing our gratitude to the men and women who have served to protect us and our freedoms. Therefore, I pray your blessing upon each and every veteran today. May they know they are respected, valued, and appreciated. May their loved ones also feel our love and appreciation as they too have sacrificed along with their service member. Preserve them and strengthen the bonds of love that they have for one another. And so today, may this ceremony help to communicate the love and gratitude we have. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Ford. As we begin the ceremony of honor, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to all of our guests and dignitaries joining us today. We're deeply grateful for your presence. At this time, may I ask, I'm sorry, please be seated. It's like, why are they still standing? Oh, yeah. At this time, may I ask all veterans in attendance to please stand and be recognized. Thank you. We're also privileged to have several elected official distinguished guests with us today. Their presence demonstrates their ongoing support and commitment to our veterans and their families. So we have, sitting in the front row there, Riley County Commissioner Ford. Next to him is the Mayor of Manhattan, Ms. McCullough. And we have a commissioner as well, Ms. Adamczyk. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. And next to her is Riley County Commissioner Catherine Foki, and next to her is Representative Sidney Carlin, and at the very end, I just learned, was State Senator Brad Stahn. Thank you for attending. Each year, this ceremony gives us the opportunity to reflect on the remarkable contributions of our military community. This year's theme, Guardians of Our Nation, Honoring the Reserve Forces, recognizes the vital role our Reserve and National Guard members play in ensuring the strength and readiness of our armed forces. Their service, often balancing civilian and military responsibilities, exemplifies dedication, adaptability, and selfless commitment to our country. And I should point out that Chaplain Ford is a major in the National Guard, and so we're very happy that he's here representing the Guard. Now, we turn to our youth portion of the program. Each year, the Veterans of Foreign Wars has a program for 6th through 8th graders called the Patriots Pen. It's an essay contest, and the person that actually wins here at Manhattan would then go on at the district level to compete with 20 posts in the district. If they win there, they go to the state. If they win the state, they go to national. At national, they can win $5,000. Now, what we did this year, we wanted to do a twofer. So there were 41 entries at Manhattan Catholic Schools from Miss Norbert's class. And so consequently, I had a committee that went through them to pick 3 winners. And those 3 winners are here with us today. Now, the winner is going to present his essay to you. It's amazing. I have a little gift for all 3 of them. But the big thing is that their essays will continue on to the VFW so they can compete at that level as well. Now, if you want to thank anybody for that, there's a man over there with a hat on in a green shirt. Stand up, Clay. That is the commander of the VFW post here in Manhattan, and his team will take a look and see if we can get a winner for one of these 3. So anyways, now you know the background of how this happened. This year's theme is, how are you showing patriotism and support for our country? So at this time, I'd like to invite all of our contest winners to come forward, because we have Ashley McAmee, come forward, Ryan Vera, and the first place winner, Cole Porter. Okay, Cole, I'm going to ask you to go right over there where that gentleman is, and we are going to give you a microphone, although you're pretty tall, but that's okay. Come over here. And then if you would, Cole, please read your essay.
Simple things make a difference. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "Everyone can be great because everyone can serve." Helping with parks and rec or fireworks shows in my own town is a great way to support America. So is donating to those in need through soup kitchens and nonprofit organizations. I can also show patriotism by learning about things that support our country that I can do in the future. Helping with local activities, donating to the less fortunate in our community, and learning how to help America in the future are some great examples of how I show patriotism and support for my country. One of the ways that I show patriotism and support is through smaller things, like keeping my city clean and helping out with events in my community. I could volunteer to help with concessions at a basketball game. I could also do things for holidays, like helping to run a fireworks stand around July 4th. These are all ways that I can and do show patriotism for America, but I can still do a little bit bigger things for my country. Another way that I can show patriotism is by helping out the poor and unemployed in my area. I can donate through nonprofit organizations like Goodwill and similar businesses. I also help out with a soup kitchen on Fridays where I go and feed anyone who needs a meal. Donating to people who beg on the sides of the road will help as well. Those are some great ways that I help out with my community now, but what about when I'm older? There are plenty of things that I can't do now because of my age, but that doesn't mean I can't learn about them. Right now, I can learn about what different political parties stand for. Through that, I can start building opinions now about what I like and don't like. Also, I can start learning about careers that help my country in different ways and see if any of them interest me. I might not be able to work or vote, but I can still set up a path for me to follow in the future. These are all great ways that I show pride for my country. I help out different people to shape America into a better place and try to reduce as much poverty as possible. I volunteer at different events hosted by local businesses and schools. I also learn about different things that I will be able to do in my future. Volunteering in communities, helping the poor, and learning for my future are all great ways that I show patriotism and support for my country.
Let me tell you something. Out of the 41 entries, to get these 3, and then these 3, when they were presented to me and I read all 3 and stuff, and I was like, well, you know what? And they shut up. We picked the winner. And you just heard it. Wasn't that amazing? I have something for each of these. Cole, this is just a little gift from the coalition. Anyways, folks, these are our winners for the essay contest. Please show your appreciation for their effort. You can go ahead and sit. Wow, it's wonderful to see the next generation carrying forward the spirit. I know whenever I have a chance to speak to one of her classes or any of the schools that I go to, I always tell them the reason I want to do this is because I get to look at to hear what you have to say, because you give me hope for the future. And if this is what our future is like with these kids, the future is very, very bright. So now please welcome the Marlette Elementary School Choir, led by Stacy Payne, who will perform a selection of patriotic songs in honor of our veterans. It doesn't seem enough to just simply say thank you to a performance like that. That was absolutely wonderful. Ms. Payne, thank you very much. And your third grade class are to be commended. Thank you. We had talked on the board that we needed to get some kids in here to sing when we do this ceremony and stuff, and so we were really thrilled that we were able to get the third graders from Marlette. It was a bit much more than what I thought, and I really, really feel honored as a veteran, if you want to know the truth, you know? So, it's now my honor to introduce our featured speaker, Chief Warrant Officer 5, retired Hector Vasquez. Chief Warrant Officer Vasquez proudly served in the Kansas National Guard for over 40 years. His final assignments include as Senior Field Artillery Warrant Officer Advisor for the National Guard Bureau at Fort Sill, Oklahoma, and Command Chief Warrant Officer of the Kansas Army National Guard Joint Forces Headquarters in Topeka. Throughout his distinguished career, Chief Warrant Officer Vasquez deployed 3 times: to Bosnia in 1996, Iraq in 2004 to 2005, and Kosovo 2007 to 2008. He has received numerous awards, including the Legion of Merit twice, the Bronze Star, the Meritorious Service Medal twice, the Army Commendation Medal 4 times, and many others recognizing his exceptional service and leadership. Beyond his military service, Mr. Vasquez volunteers with Acera Care Hospice, the Special Olympics, and the Kansas National Guard Museum. In September 2025, Chief Warrant Officer Vasquez was honored with the Kansas State University Military Medal of Excellence for his outstanding service to the nation and community. Please join me in welcoming our guest speaker, Chief Warrant Officer 5, Hector Vasquez.
Good morning. What a lovely day God has made for us today. And God gathered us all here today to remember and celebrate Veterans Days with your veterans and the veterans who are no longer with us. I would like to give all praise and glory to God and our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed veterans and honored guests, we gather here today to pay tribute to the men and women who have worn the uniform of our nation's armed forces. Veterans Day is more than a date on a calendar. It's a solemn promise to remember, never to forget the blood, sweat, and tears, the sacrifices these veterans and the veterans in the past that are no longer with us that made our country great. You know that less than 1% of our population volunteer for military service. These men and women are a different breed. They had the courage to risk their lives defending this great country of ours. They swore an oath that never ends until the day they die. And I believe when they do, they will do the same when they end up in heaven defending God. We think of the young men and women who left the comfort of their homes to face unknown dangers. We acknowledge those who miss birthdays, holidays, graduations, weddings, and many other precious moments without their loved ones while serving far away from home. Memories we can never get back. We recognize the sacrifices made not just by those in uniform, but by the families who supported them. Through the long deployments and anxious nights, none of us could have done what we have done without the support of our family. Even though you were not with your veteran when they were deployed, but you were with them in their hearts and thoughts every day, especially in combat zones. So to the family of our veterans, your strength and sacrifice has not gone unnoticed. You've kept the home fires burning during deployments, provided comfort during difficult times, taken care of the children and other family members, showing incredible courage in the face of uncertainty and many other responsibilities. So today we honor you as well and thank you for your service. To our veterans, your service has shaped the country we live in today. You defended our freedoms, protected our values, and shown us the true meaning of duty, honor, country, and courage. From the beaches to Normandy to the mountains of Afghanistan, you faced challenges most of us can only imagine. No matter if you served 1 year or over 40 years, I thank you for your service. But your impact goes beyond the battlefield. You've come back home and brought back your leadership, discipline, commitment, and sense of duty back to our communities. You become our teachers, our first responders, our business leaders, mentors, and our neighbors. Your continued service enriches our nation every day. Then let's not forget our National Guard and Reservists. They were the first Minutemen to fight for our freedom before the United States military was ever established. These men and women work civilian jobs during the week, have also volunteered to defend our homeland both near and abroad, some deploying more than active duty. The Reserve and Guard have the same requirements that the active duty does. There are some differences between the Guard and Reserve, but the main difference is Reserve have no combat arm units, and the Guard does. The Reserves are run by federal government, and the Guard is federal and state run. I too was a Guardman, and it seems that the higher I moved up in rank, the less weekends I had off, many times working 3 to 4 weeks a month and weeknights, as well as taking college courses to earn a degree to further my career. I remember back in 1996, Big Army decided they were going to give an active duty mission to the National Guard. This was going to be the first field artillery mission for the National Guard since Vietnam. It was going to be a mission in placing firefinder radars in Bosnia-Herzegovina, protecting the city of Sarajevo from being fired upon by mortars, artillery, and small arms fire. A search for the best National Guard target acquisition radar battery was ongoing, and it was determined that the best TAB battery was right here in Great Bend, Kansas. ETAB 161 Field Artillery. We had the best readiness and equipment than any Guard unit in the nation, so we were called up. There were a lot of pressure placed on us because we could not fail this mission. We had to prove that we could handle the mission. I was a warrant officer, radar tech in the unit. I was in charge of a Section 2. And my responsibility was making sure the radar stayed operational and repair the system if it failed, as well as taking care of 8 soldiers that were in my section. We took 2 sections into Sarajevo. Prior to arriving in Sarajevo, we had to pass certifications and validations verifying that we knew how to operate and in place radar systems. I believe we must have validated at least 5 or 6 times to prove to the active duty that we knew what we were doing. We first validated here at Fort Riley, then Benning, and it was kind of funny because Fort Benning said, well, you probably know the guys from Fort Riley, so they probably cut you some slack. So we had to revalidate through there. Then we went on to Germany where we reevaluated in Hohenspiel, Kaiserslautern, Grafenwehr, Vilsik, and Babelhausen. By the time we were done, we had the highest validation score than any other TAB battery that validated before us. But before we arrived in country, we were told that the radar systems were failing repeatedly. The radars weren't meant to operate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We heard about the problem, so we brought every part possible that we could take, and when we arrived, we changed the way we performed our maintenance. We were going to service the systems longer and perform more tests, which worked out. My system never broke or malfunctioned during the 9-month rotation that we were there. Section 1 was down for 2 days. We had troubleshooted the system, but knew we had a bad power supply going bad. We didn't have that part available, so we had to order it. So by the time the part came in, the system was down for two days, but we got it operational and never failed again. The manufacturers came out to see what we were doing, and they changed the maintenance program to what we were doing throughout Bosnia, and the system started to run nonstop without failure. We spent 9 months in Sarajevo. By the time we were done with the mission, ETAB 161 Field Artillery was considered the best TAB battery in the Army. We proved that the Guard could handle active duty missions, and the rest is history. The Guard and Reserve started to conduct active duty missions even today. We just recently had a unit return the 35th Division from Kansas. And another unit, is it the 2130 that's deployed now? The 130th FAB is deployed at this time, so let's keep them in our prayers. Not only does the National Guard deploy on active duty missions, they are called out during disasters such as floods, hurricanes, tornadoes, and civil disturbances. They too endure the heartaches of leaving family during deployments. I always told my brothers and sisters, both in the Guard and active duty, that we are an army of one. We will fight and die together, so let's respect one another and work as a team, which we do now. So another topic I'd like to cover is veterans to veterans with suicide. As you probably know that every 23 veterans or soldiers commit suicide every day. It was 22 soldiers and vets a few years ago, but that has moved up. Despite the help that is available and the training that we get to observe signs of possible suicide, we still lose soldiers and vets to suicide. There is a battle buddy system in the military, and I ask that our vets do the same, especially today on Veterans Day. I ask that you call or visit your battle buddy today or a friend, and if they don't get out much, have them join you for a free meal today, just to verify that they are okay. I know it's hard being busy, but we have to watch and protect our own. We spent many years in the military, many see in combat and survived and returned home, and yet to commit suicide. There are many reasons that affect our veterans, and I want to tell the ones that if you're dealing with survivor's guilt, that you survived, that it's okay. Live for your battle buddy or friend that died. I'm sure he or she would tell you the same. I started a reunion for Echo Tab about 15 years ago. Even though the unit doesn't exist anymore, we used to meet every 2 years. But now for the past 3 years, we meet annually. It's good therapy for vets to talk about deployments to each other because we were there for each other and we know and seen what we encountered. I ask that if you haven't done this, that consider doing it. Even if you just check on a few of your buddies, get together and see how they're doing. Maybe the problem with them, we can stop from them from taking their life. When I was a command chief warrant officer in Kansas, I was on a committee that checked on soldiers who were suicidal, just to make sure they were getting help they needed, and they were talking to either their unit, doctor, family members, etc. I don't know how many times I heard that a soldier went to visit their therapist, psychiatrist, or doctor and seemed okay after the visit, but yet come home and kill themselves. How do you stop that? No matter the training we get, we are still losing vets. I will ask that if you are depressed, please reach out to a hotline, family member, chaplain, battle buddy or friend, or especially God, and fight for another day. Things will get better. Finally, as we stand here today, let's also think about the veterans who are no longer with us. Whether it was during a war or someone who has served a long time, retired, and it passed, their memory lives on, and the freedom that we enjoy and the values we hold dear to our hearts. We owe them a